Imagine you are standing in the middle of a storm. The wind is howling, the rain is pouring, and everything around you is chaotic. Yet, in the midst of all this, there is a tree, tall, firm, and unshaken. No matter how strong the storm gets, the tree does not break. Now, imagine if your mind could be like that tree. No matter what people say, no matter how bad the situation becomes, you remain calm, unaffected, and in control of your emotions. But in real life, is that how most people react? When someone insults them, they feel hurt. When things don't go as planned, they get frustrated. When people ignore them, they feel unimportant. Why do words and actions of others have so much power over us? Why do we let our peace be controlled by the outside world? Think about the last time someone made you feel bad. Maybe a friend disappointed you, a colleague criticized you, or a stranger on the internet said something rude. How long did that feeling last? A few hours? A whole day? Maybe even longer? Now, ask yourself, was it really worth it? Did allowing those emotions to take over make the situation any better? Imagine a person walking down the street. Someone shouts at him, insults him for no reason. He has two choices. He can take it personally, feel angry, and let it ruin his day, or he can simply walk away, knowing that the words of others do not define him. The second choice seems wiser, but why is it so hard to follow? Welcome to Wisdom Woven, the place where you learn to master your mind, free yourself from emotional reactions, and live a life of inner peace. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear your perspective. Most people live their entire lives controlled by their emotions. They get upset when someone criticizes them, they feel restless when they don't get what they want, and they lose their peace over things that don't even matter in the long run. But here's the truth. No one can affect you unless you allow them to. Buddhism teaches us that suffering comes from attachment to how people treat us, attachment to outcomes, attachment to control. When you depend on external validation, you give others the power to control your emotions. True peace comes when you stop seeking approval and start looking within. The mind is like water. When it is disturbed, it becomes cloudy, and you can't see clearly. But when it is still, it reflects everything perfectly. If you let every small ripple shake you, you will never experience true clarity. Instead of reacting, observe. Instead of absorbing negativity, let it pass. One of the biggest reasons people get affected by others is because they believe everything personally. If someone insults you, it doesn't mean you are what they say. If someone ignores you, it doesn't mean you are unimportant. People's actions are a reflection of them, not you. The moment you understand this, you will start detaching from unnecessary suffering. Imagine a mirror. When someone stands in front of it and makes a funny face, does the mirror react? No, it simply reflects. That is how the mind should be, observing, but never getting affected. This is not about becoming emotionless. It's about choosing what deserves your energy. The moment you realize that not everything requires a reaction, you will gain control over your emotions like never before. In the next part, we will explore why we get emotionally affected so easily and how to break free from this pattern. Stay tuned. The root of emotional reactions, understanding attachment. Sit down, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Imagine yourself as a calm lake. No ripples, no waves, just still and peaceful water. But now, imagine someone throws a stone into that lake. The water starts to shake, waves form, and the stillness is lost. This is what happens to the mind when we are affected by others. Now, ask yourself, why does this happen? Why do people's words, actions, or opinions disturb us? The answer is simple. It is because we are attached. Attached to how others see us. Attached to how we want things to be. Attached to our expectations. Think about it. If a stranger on the street calls you foolish, would you get angry? Maybe. But if a child says the same thing, would you react the same way? Probably not. Why? Because you don't take a child's words seriously. You know the child doesn't understand the weight of words. So, why do you take other people's words seriously? Why do you let them control your emotions? Imagine you are holding a rope tied to a wild horse. The horse is running, pulling you along. The more you hold on, the more you suffer. The moment you let go, the struggle ends. The same applies to emotions. The more you hold on to what people say or do, the more you suffer. The moment you let go, you are free. But letting go is not easy. Because deep down, we want control. We want people to respect us, to treat us kindly, to speak well of us. And when they don't, we feel hurt. But here is the truth. You cannot control others. You can only control yourself. Buddhism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. When you expect people to always treat you well, you suffer when they don't. When you expect life to go as planned, you suffer when things change. But life is unpredictable. People are unpredictable. The only way to peace is to stop clinging to expectations. Imagine a river. When the water flows smoothly, there is no struggle. But when you try to block the water, when you resist its flow, the pressure builds up. This is how the mind works. Resistance creates suffering. Acceptance creates peace. Think about your past experiences. How many times have you held on to someone's words for days, weeks, even years? But did that change anything? Did holding on make things better? No, it only created pain. Now, imagine a great mountain. The wind blows, the rain falls, the sun burns, but the mountain does not move. It does not get angry at the wind. It does not cry when the rain falls. It simply exists, unshaken. You can be like that mountain. No matter what people say, no matter what happens around you, you can remain still, peaceful, and free. But this does not mean you become emotionless. It means you choose where to place your energy. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every word is worth absorbing. When someone insults you, ask yourself, does this change who I am? When someone ignores you, ask, does this make me any less important? The answer is always no. A Zen master once told his student, if someone offers you a gift and you refuse it, who does the gift belong to? The student replied, to the giver. The master smiled and said, the same goes for anger, hatred, and insults. If you do not accept them, they do not belong to you. The world will always test you. People will say things, do things, create situations that try to shake your peace. But the power to stay unaffected is within you. It is your choice. Detachment is not about avoiding people or shutting yourself away from the world. It is about living freely without being controlled by the opinions, actions, or negativity of others. Imagine carrying a heavy bag filled with stones. Every stone represents an expectation, a worry, an emotional burden. Now, imagine putting that bag down. Feel the relief. Feel the lightness. This is what happens when you let go of attachment. The next time someone says something hurtful, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, do I want to carry this burden, or do I want to be free? The choice is always yours. In the next part, we will explore how impermanence can help you break free from emotional control. Stay with this journey. The mind, like water, can be still again. The power of impermanence, letting go of external control. Close your eyes for a moment and think about the last time you felt truly happy. Maybe it was a moment with your family, a success at work, or simply a peaceful evening by yourself. Now, think about the last time you were deeply upset. Perhaps someone betrayed you. Life did not go as planned, or you lost something important. These moments, both happy and sad, came and went. None of them lasted forever. Yet, when we are happy, we cling to that feeling, hoping it will never go away. And when we are sad, we believe the pain will last forever. But nothing in this world is permanent. Everything changes. The seasons change. The tides rise and fall. The people in our lives come and go. Even our thoughts and emotions are constantly shifting. What is joyful today may feel empty tomorrow. What hurts today may be forgotten in time. So why do we suffer? We suffer because we resist this natural flow. We want things to stay the same. We want people to always treat us well. We want life to go exactly as we planned. But the more we resist change, the more we suffer. The moment we accept impermanence, we free ourselves from unnecessary pain. Imagine a river flowing gently. The water never stays in one place. It keeps moving, adjusting to whatever is in its path. If a rock appears, the water does not fight it. It simply flows around it, continuing on its way. But what happens when we try to hold on to water? The tighter we grasp, the faster it slips through our fingers. This is how life works. The more we try to control things, the more they slip away. The more we resist change, the more we suffer. Instead of trying to hold on to things, we must learn to flow like the river. Think about the people in your life. Some of them have stayed, some have left. Some treated you well, others hurt you. If you are still holding on to past pain, ask yourself, why? The person who hurt you may not even remember what they did. The situation that caused you pain may no longer exist. Yet, here you are, carrying it like a heavy stone in your heart. What would happen if you let it go? Letting go does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It means you stop letting the past control your present. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from attachment. We get attached to people, possessions, ideas, and even our own emotions. When things don't go as we want, we resist, and this resistance creates pain. But when we understand that everything is temporary, we learn to appreciate the present without fear of loss. Imagine you are holding a handful of sand. If you keep your palm open, the sand stays. But if you squeeze it tightly, trying to hold on to it, the sand slips through your fingers. Life is the same. The more we try to hold on to things, the more they slip away. There is a story of a Zen master and his student. One day, the student came to the master, angry and frustrated. "Master," he said, "someone insulted me today. His words hurt me deeply." The master smiled and asked, "If someone gives you a gift but you refuse to take it, who does the gift belong to?" The student thought for a moment and replied, "If I do not accept it, then the gift remains with the giver." The master nodded. "Then why do you accept the gift of their words? Why do you let their insults enter your heart?" This is the power of impermanence. If we understand that everything, both good and bad, comes and goes, we stop holding on to things that no longer serve us. We stop reacting to every little thing. We stop letting others control our emotions. When someone insults you, their words are like the wind. They come and go. If you do not hold on to them, they disappear. If someone praises you, that too is temporary. If you base your happiness on what others say, you will always be chasing something that never lasts. The same is true for difficult situations. If you are going through a hard time, remember, this too shall pass. Just as no storm lasts forever, no pain lasts forever. The problem is, we get attached to our pain. We replay it in our minds. We relive the hurt again and again. But if we understand that nothing is permanent, we can begin to let go. Letting go is a practice. It does not happen overnight. But every time you catch yourself holding on to anger, sadness, or disappointment, remind yourself, this feeling is temporary. This situation is temporary. It will change, just like everything else. There is freedom in this realization. If nothing is permanent, then you do not have to fear change. You do not have to fear losing things. Instead of resisting life, you can embrace it. Instead of clinging to control, you can flow with whatever comes. Think about the things that have upset you recently. A harsh word from someone, a missed opportunity, a personal failure. Will these things matter a year from now? 5 years from now? Most likely, they won't. So why let them steal your peace today? Happiness is not found in controlling the world around you. It is found in accepting things as they are. When you stop expecting life to always go your way, you free yourself from endless frustration. When you stop expecting people to always act how you want, you free yourself from disappointment. There is a Buddhist teaching that says, do not chase after the past. Do not seek the future. The past is gone. The future is not yet here. The present moment is the only thing you truly have. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can carry the weight of every past hurt, every worry, every disappointment, or you can let them go and be free. No one can control you unless you allow them to. No situation can break you unless you let it. The next time life does not go as planned, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this moment, like all moments, will pass. In the next part, we will explore how to detach from emotions while still living a fulfilling, connected life. Keep walking the path of wisdom, mastering detachment, observing without absorbing. You wake up in the morning, feeling calm and peaceful. But as soon as you check your phone, you see a negative message. Maybe someone criticized you. Maybe there's bad news. Maybe someone ignored your text, and now your mind is racing with thoughts. Did I do something wrong? Why are they behaving like this? That peaceful morning is gone. Your mind is now full of emotions. Anger, frustration, sadness, or confusion. This happens to everyone. One moment of peace, easily shattered by something outside of us. A few words, a small action, an unexpected situation. Suddenly, we are lost in emotions we did not choose. The real question is, why do we absorb everything? Why do we let external events take control of our inner world? A river flows peacefully, clear and undisturbed. But if you throw a rock into it, ripples spread across the surface. The bigger the rock, the bigger the disturbance. Our mind is the same. Small things create ripples. Big things create waves. And if we don't learn how to stay steady, we get lost in the movement. Detachment does not mean indifference. It does not mean you stop caring about life. It means you stop clinging. You stop attaching yourself to everything that happens. You learn to observe without absorbing. Imagine you are sitting by the road, watching people walk by. Some are smiling, some are angry, some are in a hurry, some are slow. Do you chase after them? Do you try to stop them? No, you simply watch. That is how you must train your mind, to watch thoughts, emotions, and situations without letting them pull you in. But how do you do this? How do you stop absorbing everything? How do you stay centered when life throws challenges at you? The first step is awareness. Most people react automatically. Someone says something rude, and immediately anger rises. Someone ignores them, and immediately they feel small. But if you become aware of this process, you can pause. You can see the reaction before it takes over. Imagine a person is handing you a heavy bag full of anger. You have a choice. You can take it and carry it, feeling its weight, letting it slow you down. Or you can refuse to take it. The bag exists, but it is not yours. This is detachment, understanding that other people's words, emotions, and behaviors do not belong to you unless you choose to carry them. Buddha once said, if someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong? The same applies to negativity. If someone is rude to you and you do not accept their rudeness, whose problem is it? Theirs, not yours. But detachment is not just about people. It is about everything. You plan your day, but suddenly, things go wrong. You miss an important call. The bus is late. A project is delayed. Your emotions rise, frustration, disappointment, irritation. But if you take a deep breath and step back, you will see. These are just events. They come and go. They are not part of you. Think of the sky. Clouds come and go. Some are light and peaceful, others are dark and heavy. But the sky remains the sky, untouched, unchanged. Your mind should be like that sky. Emotions, thoughts, and situations will pass, but your inner peace can remain if you do not hold on to them. Detachment also means letting go of expectations. You do something nice for someone, and you expect kindness in return. But what if they do not respond the way you want? Most people feel hurt. But the truth is, you are not hurt by their actions. You are hurt by your expectations. Expectations are like invisible chains. They tie you to specific outcomes. And when things do not go as expected, you suffer. But if you learn to act without expecting, you become free. A tree does not ask for anything in return when it gives shade. The sun does not expect gratitude when it gives warmth. This is the way of nature, giving freely, without attachment. Detachment does not mean you do not love. It does not mean you do not care. In fact, detachment makes love pure. When you love someone with attachment, you fear losing them. You fear change. You fear their actions affecting your emotions. But when you love with detachment, you simply love, without fear, without control, without clinging. Think of the ocean. It does not chase the waves. It does not try to hold on to them. It lets them rise, and it lets them fall. Yet, the ocean remains. Your inner peace is like that ocean. No matter how many waves come and go, anger, sadness, disappointment, frustration, if you remain steady, nothing can take away your peace. But detachment takes practice. At first, your mind will resist. It will try to pull you into emotions. It will say, how can I ignore this? This is important. This is unfair. This is personal. But slowly, as you train yourself to observe instead of react, you will feel something new, freedom. Freedom from anger, freedom from overthinking, freedom from the endless cycle of emotional reactions. Imagine walking through life without being pulled in every direction by what others say or do. Imagine facing problems with a calm mind, without panic or frustration. Imagine loving without fear, giving without expectation, living without emotional exhaustion. This is what detachment gives you. Not coldness, but clarity. Not indifference, but inner strength. In the next part, we will go deeper into how to maintain this balance in daily life, no matter what happens around you. Stay with this journey, and slowly, you will see, you are stronger than any situation, greater than any emotion, and freer than you ever imagined. Cultivating equanimity, the path to inner balance. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a still lake. The water is calm, clear, and undisturbed. Now, throw a stone into it. Ripples spread across the surface, but after some time, the water returns to its natural stillness. This is the nature of a balanced mind. Life will throw many stones at you: criticism, disappointment, loss, uncertainty. But if your mind is steady, no matter what comes, you will always return to peace. Most people live like a stormy ocean. The smallest things disturb them. A rude comment ruins their mood. A minor setback makes them lose hope. A delay in plans makes them restless. They spend their lives reacting to every wave, never realizing that peace is something they can cultivate within. Equanimity is the ability to stay calm and centered no matter what happens. It is not about suppressing emotions or pretending that nothing affects you. It is about developing an inner steadiness so strong that nothing can shake you for long. You feel everything, but nothing controls you. Think about your own life. How often do you let external things control your emotions? If someone praises you, you feel happy. If someone criticizes you, you feel hurt. If things go your way, you feel confident. If things go wrong, you feel defeated. But what if your happiness, confidence, and peace were not tied to outside circumstances? What if they came from within? Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from attachment. Attachment to people, to outcomes, to opinions, to expectations. When you cling to how things should be, you set yourself up for disappointment. But when you let go and accept life as it is, you free yourself. Let's take an example. Imagine a person who applies for a job. He prepares well, gives his best in the interview, and waits for the result. If he gets selected, he is happy. If he gets rejected, he feels worthless. But why? Did his effort change? Did his skills disappear? No. The outcome was never in his control, yet he allowed it to define his worth. This is how most people live, chained to outcomes, never realizing that true strength comes from within. A balanced mind is like a mountain. The wind may blow, the rain may fall, but the mountain does not move. No matter what happens in life, you can develop this steadiness. It does not mean you will never feel pain or sadness. It means you will not drown in them. When someone insults you, ask yourself, does their opinion change who you are? If a stranger calls you foolish, does it make you foolish? If someone ignores you, does it make you invisible? No. The words and actions of others only have power if you give them power. Imagine you are holding a cup of tea. Someone comes and tries to shake your hand forcefully. If you are not careful, the tea will spill. But if you hold the cup steadily, no matter how much they try to shake you, nothing spills. Your mind is the cup. The tea inside is your peace. Do not let others spill it. In daily life, practice observing rather than reacting. If someone is rude, instead of reacting immediately, take a deep breath. Observe how your body feels, how your mind starts forming a reaction. Do not judge it, just watch. When you create this small gap between action and reaction, you gain control. Most people act like fire. Small triggers turn into big flames. Someone cuts them off in traffic, and they explode in anger. Someone disagrees with them, and they take it as a personal attack. But what happens when fire is not given fuel? It dies out. The same happens with emotions. If you do not feed them with reaction, they lose power over you. Equanimity is not just about handling negativity. It is also about not getting overly attached to positivity. If you become too attached to praise, then criticism will destroy you. If you rely too much on success, then failure will break you. A balanced mind welcomes both highs and lows with the same calmness. There is a story of a Zen master who lived in a village. One day, a man accused him of a crime he did not commit. The villagers were furious, shouting insults at him. But the master remained calm, simply saying, "Is that so?" Months later, the truth came out, and the villagers apologized. Again, the master only said, "Is that so?" He did not let praise make him proud, nor did he let blame make him suffer. He remained steady, like the still water of a deep lake. This is the key, to stop being a slave to situations. To understand that everything in life is temporary. No joy lasts forever. No pain lasts forever. If you can accept this, you will find peace. Think of your mind like a room. If you leave the door open, dust and dirt will always enter. But if you clean it regularly, if you guard what enters, the room remains fresh and peaceful. In the same way, if you let every small thing disturb you, your mind will always be restless. But if you choose what deserves your attention, you will stay in control. The next time life tests you, pause. Do not react immediately. Observe the feeling, let it pass, and return to your peace. The more you practice this, the stronger you become. Eventually, no storm will shake you. No insult will hurt you. No failure will break you. You will be like the still lake, like the mountain, like the Zen master, calm, steady, and unshaken by the world. In the next part, we will go deeper into how the ego plays a role in making us vulnerable to emotions. Stay on this journey, and you will learn how to become truly free. The role of ego, how it makes you vulnerable. Sit down for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let go of everything you are holding on to, just for a while. Now, ask yourself this. Why do the words and actions of others have so much power over you? Why do insults hurt? Why does criticism make you angry? Why does being ignored feel painful? The answer is simple, the ego. The ego is like a fragile glass. It looks strong, but the slightest hit can crack it. Someone questions your abilities? Crack. Someone disrespects you? Another crack. Someone does not appreciate your effort? A deeper crack. You hold on to this glass, trying to protect it, but the truth is, the more you protect it, the weaker you become. Because now, every little thing that happens around you feels personal. Let's say you are walking on the street. A stranger laughs as you pass by. Your mind starts spinning. Are they laughing at me? Do I look funny? Did I do something wrong? But what if that laughter had nothing to do with you? What if it was about something else entirely? Your ego takes random events and turns them into personal attacks. It makes you believe that everything is about you, even when it's not. Think about this. A child is playing in the mud, happily making a mess. Someone walks by and calls the child dirty and foolish. Does the child stop playing? No. The child is too busy enjoying the moment. But as we grow up, we stop playing and start defending. We defend our name, our image, our reputation, our pride. We get hurt over words. We take offense at small things. We become prisoners of our own ego. Have you ever been in an argument where you knew you were wrong, but you still kept fighting? Why? Because the ego cannot accept being wrong. It sees everything as a battle. Losing an argument feels like losing self-worth. But here's the truth. Accepting that you are wrong does not make you weak. It makes you wise. Only a fool clings to their mistakes out of pride. The ego always seeks validation. It wants to be seen, to be heard, to be admired. But the more you seek approval from others, the more power you give them over you. If they praise you, you feel good. If they ignore you, you feel bad. Your emotions become like a puppet controlled by the opinions of others. A strong mind does not seek validation. It knows its worth, with or without recognition. Imagine a man sitting in a boat. The water is calm, and he enjoys the ride. Suddenly, another boat crashes into his. He gets angry. Who did this? He shouts. But then, he realizes the other boat is empty, drifting on its own. His anger disappears. There is no one to blame. Now, think about this. If someone insults you, criticizes you, or disrespects you, what if you saw them as an empty boat? They are just acting based on their own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It is not about you. It never was. There was once a wise monk who was insulted by a man. The man yelled, called him names, and tried to provoke him. But the monk just smiled. This made the man even angrier. Why aren't you responding? He demanded. The monk said, if someone gives you a gift, but you refuse to take it, who does the gift belong to? The man thought for a moment and said, to the one who offered it. The monk nodded. I do not accept your insults. They belong to you. That is how you free yourself from the ego. You stop accepting unnecessary burdens. You let go of the need to react to everything. You understand that not every battle is worth fighting. The ego is afraid of looking weak, so it forces you to defend yourself. If someone questions your intelligence, you feel the need to prove them wrong. If someone doubts your success, you feel the need to show them your achievements. But ask yourself, why do you need to prove anything to anyone? The sun does not announce its brightness. The ocean does not explain its depth. They simply exist. And that is enough. Sometimes, people will misunderstand you. They will judge you unfairly. They will talk about you behind your back. Let them. Their words do not define you. Their opinions do not change your reality. What matters is how you see yourself. A tree does not worry about whether people admire it. A river does not care if someone calls it weak. The wind does not stop blowing because someone complains about it. They exist in their own truth, untouched by the opinions of others. Be like that. The less you feed your ego, the stronger you become. If someone insults you, smile and move on. If someone doubts you, let your actions speak. If someone ignores you, understand that your worth is not measured by their attention. You were not born to please others. You were not born to live in fear of judgment. You were born to be free. And that freedom comes when you stop letting the ego control your emotions. In the next part, we will learn how to master the art of non-reaction, so that no matter what happens, you remain calm, clear, and in control. Stay with this journey. You are becoming stronger. The art of non-reaction, responding with wisdom. You have lived your whole life reacting. Someone insults you, you get angry. Someone praises you, you feel happy. Someone ignores you, you feel unimportant. Your emotions rise and fall based on what others say and do. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, why? Why should your peace be in the hands of others? Why should a few words from someone else have the power to ruin your entire day? Why should you give away control of your emotions so easily? Imagine you are sitting in a quiet park, enjoying the fresh air. Suddenly, a stranger walks up to you and starts shouting. He calls you names, accuses you of things you never did, and tries to provoke you. What would you do? Most people would react instantly, either defending themselves, arguing back, or feeling hurt. But what if, instead, you simply sat there, unmoved? Would his words have any real power if you refused to let them affect you? Would his anger have any meaning if you did not engage with it? The moment you stop reacting, you take away the power that others have over you. But most people struggle with this. They feel they must always defend themselves. They believe that reacting means they are strong, that staying silent means weakness. But the truth is the opposite. Reacting is easy. Anyone can get angry, argue, or feel hurt. But to remain calm, to respond with wisdom, that requires true strength. Buddha once said, if someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong? The answer is simple. If you do not accept the insult, the anger, the negativity, it stays with the one who gave it. You do not have to carry it. But how do you do this? How do you train yourself to not react when someone pushes your buttons? First, you must understand that nothing others say or do is truly about you. When someone insults you, it is their anger, their frustration, their own inner turmoil spilling out. When someone disrespects you, it is a reflection of their character, not yours. You do not have to absorb the negativity of others. Think of a mirror. If someone stands in front of it and makes an angry face, does the mirror get angry too? No, it simply reflects. That is how your mind should be, observing, but not absorbing. But the biggest challenge comes when the person affecting you is someone close, family, friends, people you love. Their words hurt more because you care about them. But even here, the principle remains the same. If a loved one speaks harshly, it is often their own pain being projected onto you. You do not have to take it personally. Imagine a cup of water. If you add a spoonful of salt to a small cup, the water becomes undrinkable. But if you add the same salt to a vast lake, the taste does not change. Your mind must become like the lake, vast, open, and unaffected by the small disturbances of life. Every time you react emotionally, you give away a piece of your peace. You let someone else dictate how you feel. But what if, instead, you made a decision that from this moment forward, you will no longer be controlled by the emotions of others? This does not mean you become cold or emotionless. It means you become wise. You learn when to respond and when to remain silent. You learn when to engage and when to walk away. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every comment needs a reply. Sometimes, the greatest response is no response at all. Imagine two monks walking by a river. They see a woman struggling to cross. One monk lifts her onto his back, carries her across, and sets her down. The monks continue walking. Hours later, the other monk finally speaks. "Why did you carry that woman? We are not supposed to touch women." The first monk smiles and says, "I put her down hours ago." "Why are you still carrying her? How many things are you still carrying? Harsh words from the past? Painful memories? Resentment towards people who wronged you? You must learn to put them down. Carrying them only burdens you. When you master non-reaction, life becomes lighter. Stress, anxiety, and frustration begin to fade. You stop wasting energy on things that do not matter. You become like the tree in the storm, standing tall, firm, and unshaken. In the next part, we will go even deeper, understanding how to build resilience so that no matter what happens, you remain strong, peaceful, and in control. Stay with me. Building mental resilience, strengthening your inner core. You must have seen a mountain. Tall, steady, unmoving. No matter how strong the wind blows, no matter how heavy the rain falls, it remains firm. It does not shake, it does not break, it does not bend. That is how your mind must become, unshakable, no matter what happens around you. But most people are not like the mountain. They are like a leaf in the wind, tossed around by every small thing. A few harsh words, a bad day, a little discomfort, and they lose their peace. Why? Because they have not built the strength within. Their happiness depends on outside conditions, and anything that depends on the outside is weak. Imagine a man walking on a crowded street. Someone bumps into him. He gets angry, shouts, and starts an argument. Now, imagine another man in the same situation. Someone bumps into him, but he simply moves on, unaffected. What is the difference? One reacts, the other remains steady. One is controlled by emotions, the other is in control of himself. Resilience is not about being emotionless. It is about not letting emotions control you. It is about staying calm in chaos, unshaken by negativity, untouched by the opinions of others. There was once a Zen master. A man came to him, full of anger, and insulted him. He called him names, questioned his wisdom, tried to provoke him. But the Zen master just smiled and remained silent. After some time, the man became frustrated and asked, "Why do you not react? Why are you not angry?" The master replied, "If someone gives you a gift, but you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man was confused. "To the one who gave it," he said. The master smiled again. "Exactly. I do not accept your anger. It remains yours." This is the power of resilience. When you stop accepting negativity, it no longer affects you. When you stop reacting, you remain in control. Think about your own life. How many times have you allowed others to ruin your peace? How many times have you let a small situation turn into a big problem because you could not control your emotions? How much energy have you wasted on things that do not matter? A strong mind does not mean you do not feel emotions. It means you do not let emotions control your actions. It means you do not get stuck in unnecessary suffering. But how do you build this strength? How do you train your mind to be like the mountain, not the leaf? First, understand this. Everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever, not pain, not joy, not success, not failure. If you hold on to anything too tightly, it will only cause suffering. The more you accept change, the stronger you become. When someone criticizes you, when things do not go as planned, remind yourself, this too shall pass. Second, learn to observe instead of reacting. Imagine a man sitting by a river, watching the water flow. He does not try to stop it, he does not fight it, he just observes. This is how you must treat thoughts and emotions. When anger comes, watch it. When sadness comes, watch it. Do not hold on to it, do not fight it, just let it pass. Third, detach from the opinions of others. What people say about you is a reflection of them, not you. If someone calls you a fool, does that make you one? If someone praises you, does that change who you are? No. You remain the same. Then why be affected by their words? Accept neither praise nor insult, and you will remain free. A man once asked the Buddha, "How do I stop being affected by what others say?" The Buddha replied, "If a man speaks ill of you, live so that no one believes him. Live in such a way that words lose their power over you. Focus on your actions, not their opinions." Fourth, train yourself to endure discomfort. Most people get affected easily because they are not used to discomfort. A little hunger, a little tiredness, a little inconvenience, and they become restless. But discomfort is not your enemy. It is your teacher. When you learn to endure small discomforts, you become stronger for the big ones. Try this. The next time you feel irritated, pause. Do not react. Just sit with it. The more you practice this, the more control you gain over your mind. Fifth, remember that nothing has meaning except the meaning you give it. A person loses his job. One man sees it as a disaster. Another sees it as an opportunity for a new beginning. The situation is the same, but the reaction is different. Why? Because our suffering does not come from events, it comes from how we interpret them. Change the meaning, and you change how it affects you. A strong mind does not happen by accident. It is built, day by day, through practice. Every time you choose to stay calm instead of reacting, you are training yourself. Every time you let go of what you cannot control, you become stronger. Every time you face a challenge without fear, you grow. Do not expect the world to be kind to you. Do not expect people to always treat you well. But expect yourself to remain steady no matter what happens. When you become unshakable, life changes. You no longer waste energy on things that do not matter. You no longer allow small things to disturb your peace. You become free. In the next part, we will explore how to turn pain into growth, how to use every difficulty as a tool to become even stronger. Stay with this journey. The mind is like a muscle, and every step you take is making it unbreakable. Transforming pain into growth, learning from suffering. You seek peace, yet life brings suffering. You wish to remain strong, yet pain weakens you. This is the struggle of every human being. But what if I told you that suffering is not your enemy? What if pain was not something to escape, but something to understand? Think of a blade. It starts as a rough piece of metal, useless in battle, unshaped in form. But when it is put through fire, hammered, and sharpened, it transforms into a weapon of great strength. The fire does not destroy it. The hammer does not break it. Instead, they make it what it is meant to be. This is how suffering works. It is painful, yes. It feels unbearable at times. But if you allow it, it can shape you into something stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. The question is, will you let pain break you, or will you let it forge you? Many people see suffering as a curse. They ask, why me? Why is life so unfair? Why do bad things keep happening? But have you ever stopped to ask, what is this pain trying to teach me? When a person betrays you, it teaches you not to trust blindly. When you fail, it teaches you that success requires patience. When life pushes you down, it teaches you that strength is not avoiding hardship, but rising despite it. Yet, most people do not learn. Instead of growing, they keep asking why. They hold on to their pain like a heavy stone, carrying it everywhere they go, feeling its weight, letting it exhaust them. But here's the truth, suffering does not come from the pain itself. It comes from how tightly you hold on to it. Imagine holding a burning coal in your hand. It hurts, yet you refuse to let it go. You clench your fist tighter, blaming the fire, cursing the pain. But the longer you hold on, the more you suffer. The moment you decide to open your hand, the pain lessens, and healing begins. This is how emotional suffering works. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always choose whether to hold on to the pain or let it go. Pain is a teacher. Every wound carries a lesson. If you are willing to listen, suffering will give you wisdom that no book, no person, no teaching can offer. It will show you who you truly are. Think of the strongest people you know. They were not born strong. They were shaped by hardship. They have faced storms, endured losses, and walked through fire. But instead of being destroyed, they emerged unshaken, with hearts unbreakable, minds clear, and spirits free. Buddha once said, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This means that difficulties will come. This is the nature of life. But how you respond to them is up to you. If you resist pain, it grows stronger. If you fear it, it controls you. But if you accept it, observe it, and learn from it, it loses its power. Look back at your own life. Every hardship, every heartbreak, every disappointment, it all brought you here. It shaped you, taught you, and prepared you for what is ahead. You were stronger than you were before. Yet, many people keep reliving their past pain. They replay the betrayal. They hold onto the regret. They let old wounds define them. But why carry the weight of yesterday when the day offers a chance to be free? The river does not hold on to a fallen leaf. It lets it go, allowing the current to carry it away. This is how you must treat your pain. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and then let it drift away. Life will not always be kind. People will hurt you. Plans will fail. Dreams will shatter. But in those moments, you have a choice. Will you drown in sorrow, or will you rise with wisdom? The seed does not complain when it is buried underground. It does not resist the darkness. Instead, it uses the struggle to push through the soil, to grow, to reach the light. This is what pain invites you to do. To rise, to grow, to become something greater than before. But growth requires patience. The tree does not become tall overnight. Strength does not come instantly. Healing takes time. You must allow yourself to move through the process without rushing, without forcing. The storm will pass. The wounds will heal. And when they do, you will look back and realize that every hardship was a step towards the person you were meant to be. In the next part, we will explore how to break free from emotional chains and reclaim your inner power. The Buddhist way of emotional freedom, practical techniques. You have spent your whole life reacting. When someone praised you, you felt happy. When someone criticized you, you felt hurt. When things went well, you smiled. When things went wrong, you suffered. Your emotions were not truly yours. They were controlled by the world outside. But what if you could break free? What if nothing could shake you anymore? What if you could walk through life, untouched by the chaos around you? Buddhism does not teach us to escape life. It teaches us to live fully, but without being disturbed by it. The goal is not to suppress emotions, but to understand them so deeply that they no longer control you. Imagine yourself as a traveler, walking on a path. Along the way, people come and go. Some smile at you, some insult you, some try to stop you, some encourage you. But you keep walking. You do not carry their words with you. You do not let their opinions slow you down. You remain free. Most people believe they must fight against their emotions, that they must force themselves to be strong. But true strength does not come from force. It comes from understanding. You do not have to fight emotions. You only need to observe them. The moment you observe, you detach. In the moment you detach, you are free. Think about a time when you were deeply affected by something. Maybe someone betrayed you. Maybe life didn't go the way you wanted. Maybe you lost something precious. In that moment, the pain felt real, almost unbearable. But where is that pain now? It has faded, hasn't it? And yet, at that time, it felt like it would last forever. This is the nature of emotions. They come and go. The problem is not emotions themselves. The problem is our attachment to them. Imagine you are sitting by a river. The water is flowing in front of you. You see leaves, branches, even trash passing by. Do you jump into the river to grab them? No. You simply watch. This is how you must treat emotions. Let them come, let them go. Do not hold on to them. When you learn to observe, rather than react, something changes within you. You begin to see things clearly. You start to notice how unnecessary most of your suffering is. You begin to realize that people's words, people's actions, even life's challenges, none of them have real power over you unless you give it to them. There is an old Buddhist story about a monk and a warrior. The warrior, proud and full of anger, walked up to the monk and shouted, "You are nothing but a fool. You are weak. You are pathetic." The monk simply smiled. The warrior, confused, asked, "Why are you smiling? Do you not hear my insults?" The monk replied, "If someone offers you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The warrior thought for a moment, and then said, "To the one who offered it." The monk nodded and said, "Then why should I accept your anger?" This is emotional freedom. This is the power of detachment. The moment you stop accepting negativity from others, it loses all power over you. But this is easier said than done, isn't it? When someone attacks you, when life gets difficult, when emotions rise inside you, how do you stay calm? How do you train yourself to remain unshaken? The answer is practice. You must train your mind every single day. Start small. The next time someone says something that upsets you, take a deep breath before you react. Just pause. Observe your feelings. Watch the anger or sadness rise within you, but do not act on it. Simply notice it. This small moment of awareness is the first step to freedom. Meditation is a powerful tool in this practice. You do not need to sit for hours. Even 5 minutes a day can change your life. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and watch your breath. Thoughts will come, emotions will arise, but do not engage with them. Just watch them pass, like clouds in the sky. Over time, this practice will create space between you and your emotions. You will begin to realize that you are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. You are something deeper, something untouchable. Another technique is to shift your perspective. When someone insults you, instead of feeling hurt, ask yourself, why does this bother me? If you truly know yourself, why should the words of others affect you? If a child calls you a fool, do you get angry? No, because you know the child does not understand. In the same way, people's opinions are based on their own experiences, their own pain, their own misunderstandings. It has nothing to do with you. Do not run from difficult emotions. Face them. If fear arises, look at it directly and ask, what am I truly afraid of? If anger arises, observe it and ask, what is this anger trying to teach me? Emotions are not enemies. They are teachers. Learn from them, and they will lose their grip on you. The greatest lesson Buddhism teaches is impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Not joy, not pain, not even life itself. When you understand this deeply, you stop clinging. You stop resisting. You simply live, moment by moment, without fear, without worry. People waste so much energy trying to control things they cannot control. They want people to treat them a certain way. They want life to be fair. But life is not under your control. The only thing you can control is yourself. The moment you accept this, a great weight is lifted. You stop chasing, you stop struggling, and you start living. A master once said, when the wind blows, the tree does not complain. It simply bends. This is how you must be. Adapt, but never break. Move with life, but never lose yourself. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and no matter what happens, good or bad, kind or cruel, you remain unshaken. Imagine the peace that would bring. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if nothing could disturb you anymore. This is not a dream. This is possible. But it begins with a choice, the choice to stop reacting and start observing. Your journey is not about escaping emotions. It is about mastering them. You will still feel. You will still experience joy and sadness. But you will not be controlled by them. They will pass through you, like wind passing through an open door. In the next part, we will explore how to build an unshakable mindset in daily life, how to turn knowledge into action, how to live with true freedom every single day. Living with an unshakable mindset, daily practices. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs, filling you with life. Now, slowly exhale. In this single breath, there is peace. There is clarity. There is control. But the moment you open your eyes, the world pulls you back. Noise, distractions, responsibilities, everything rushes in. And once again, you forget that peace was always within you. Most people live as if they're leaves in the wind, carried away by every small breeze. Someone's rude comment ruins their mood. A bad day makes them question their entire life. A single rejection makes them feel unworthy. But those who master their mind are not leaves. They're the roots, deep in the earth, strong and unmoving. No storm can shake them. No words can break them. Living with an unshakable mind does not mean you stop feeling. It means you stop reacting. It means you choose your emotions instead of letting the world choose them for you. It means you are no longer a puppet controlled by what others say or do. Instead, you become the master of yourself. The key to this is awareness. Awareness of your thoughts, awareness of your emotions, awareness of the space between what happens to you and how you respond. Because in that space, you have power. In that space, you can decide whether to let something disturb your peace or let it pass like a cloud in the sky. Imagine a cup of water. If you stir it constantly, it becomes murky. But if you leave it still, the dirt settles and the water becomes clear again. The mind is the same. The more you react, the more you disturb your own peace. The more you let go, the clearer your thoughts become. There will always be difficult people. There will always be challenges. There will always be things that don't go your way. But what if, instead of fighting them, you simply observed? What if, instead of taking everything personally, you stepped back and watched it like a passing scene in a movie? If someone insults you, let them. If someone ignores you, let them. If someone tries to pull you into their drama, smile and walk away. Because the moment you engage, you lose. You lose your peace, you lose your energy, and you lose control over your own mind. The wise do not waste time proving themselves. They do not chase validation. They do not let others define their worth. They walk their path in silence, unaffected by praise or criticism, because they know that neither truly matters. There is a story of a Zen master who was once insulted by a man. The man shouted at him, calling him names, trying to provoke a reaction. But the master remained calm. After a while, the man became frustrated and asked, "Why are you not responding?" The master smiled and said, "If someone gives you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man replied, "To the one who offered it." The master nodded. "Exactly. I do not accept your anger, so it remains with you." This is the secret. The moment you refuse to accept negativity, it no longer affects you. It stays with the one who created it. But how do you apply this in daily life? How do you train yourself to remain calm when everything around you is chaotic? The answer is practice. Every moment is an opportunity to practice detachment. Every interaction is a chance to test your self-control. When someone speaks to you harshly, pause. Do not respond immediately. Observe the emotion rising within you. Instead of reacting, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Most of the time, the answer will be no. When things do not go your way, remind yourself that life is like a river. It flows, it changes, it moves in ways you cannot control. Fighting the current will only exhaust you. But if you let go and flow with it, you will find peace. When you feel anger, frustration, or sadness, do not push them away. Do not fight them. Instead, sit with them. Observe them. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? You will realize that emotions are just passing clouds. They come, they stay for a while, and then they go. You are the sky. The clouds do not change the sky, they only pass through it. There is a simple way to know if you have mastered your mind. Ask yourself, do I get affected by things outside my control? If the answer is yes, then there is still work to do. But if you can walk through life with a quiet mind, untouched by negativity, then you are truly free. Freedom is not about having control over everything. It is about not needing to control anything. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, you remain the same, calm, steady, unshaken. In this moment, take another deep breath. Feel the stillness within you. That stillness is always there. It never leaves. The world may try to shake you, but if you remember this stillness, nothing can move you. In the final part, we will take the last step towards complete emotional freedom, the step that will ensure you never get affected by anything again. The final step to liberation, never being affected again. You have walked a long path, my friend. You have learned how emotions rise and fall, how the mind clings to things it cannot control, and how suffering is often self-created. But now, we arrive at the most important lesson, the final step to true inner freedom. It is time to break the last chains that keep you bound to the opinions, words, and actions of others. Imagine you are sitting by a river. The water is flowing peacefully. Leaves and small twigs float by, carried by the current. Now, imagine if someone throws a stone into the water. There is a splash, ripples spread, but after a moment, the river returns to its calm state. Does the river hold on to the disturbance? No, it lets it pass. This is how your mind should be. People will throw their words, their opinions, their judgments, but you must remain like the river, flowing, undisturbed, always returning to peace. But let us be honest. Is it really that easy? No, because humans are not rivers. We feel, we react, we get affected. But what if I told you that this reaction is not natural? What if I told you that you were not born with this habit? It was taught to you. Think about a child. If you tell a child, you are not good enough, does the child feel hurt? No, because the child does not yet understand the meaning of these words. But as they grow, they learn to associate words with feelings. They are taught that some words should make them happy, while others should make them sad. This is the conditioning of the mind. And what is learned can be unlearned. You have spent your whole life reacting. Someone praises you, and you feel happy. Someone insults you, and you feel upset. But have you ever questioned why? Why should the words of another person have such power over you? Why should their opinion decide your state of mind? The truth is, it should not. You have simply given them that power. Now, take it back. The way to never be affected by anyone, no matter the situation, is to stop seeking validation from the world, from others, even from yourself. Seeking validation means you are waiting for permission to feel at peace. But peace is not something you wait for. Peace is something you create. Let me tell you a story. There was once a great Zen master. One day, a man came to him, angry and filled with hatred. The man insulted him, called him names, and tried to provoke a reaction. But the Zen master simply smiled. The man, confused, asked, "Why do you not react? Are you not angry?" The Zen master replied, "If someone gives you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man thought for a moment and said, "To the one who offered it." The Zen master nodded, "Exactly. And so, if I do not accept your insults, they remain with you. This is the key to never being affected. If someone offers you negativity, do not accept it. If someone tries to disturb your peace, do not let them. Just because something is thrown at you does not mean you have to catch it. Many people waste their entire lives worrying about what others think of them. They change their behavior to fit expectations. They seek approval. They fear rejection. But ask yourself, will their opinions matter in a year? 5 years? 10 years? When you are on your deathbed, will you think, "I am so glad I lived my life trying to impress others"? No. You will regret every moment you wasted worrying about things that never truly mattered. Freedom begins the moment you stop caring about things beyond your control. If someone does not respect you, let them go. If someone spreads negativity, let them be. If someone misunderstands you, let them think what they want. Their thoughts are not your responsibility. The only thing that is your responsibility is your own state of mind. There is a saying in Zen, "A man who is at peace does not seek approval, nor does he fear rejection." You are already enough. Nothing anyone says or does can change that. You do not need to prove your worth. You do not need to convince others. You only need to know yourself. But knowing yourself takes practice. It takes awareness. Awareness of when you are being affected. Awareness of when you are reacting. Awareness of when you are letting external things disturb your inner peace. Each time you feel affected by someone, stop and ask yourself, why? What inside you is allowing this reaction? Remember, the wind cannot shake the mountain. The ocean cannot move the sky. And people cannot disturb the one who has found true peace. In Buddhism, there is a concept called equanimity, the ability to remain calm, balanced, and undisturbed no matter what happens. This does not mean you suppress emotions. It means you do not let emotions control you. If someone praises you, you do not become inflated with pride. If someone insults you, you do not sink into anger. You remain centered. And here is the secret. The more you master your inner world, the less the outer world can control you. Think of the strongest people you know. Do they get shaken by small things? Do they waste energy reacting to every little problem? No. They remain calm. They move forward. They choose where to place their attention. And so can you. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribed. If this message resonated with you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear your perspective. This is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. You now have the tools, the knowledge, and the awareness to never be affected by anyone, even in the worst situations. But knowledge alone is not enough. You must practice. So, starting today, the next time someone tries to affect you, stop. Observe. Do not react. Watch how your mind wants to engage, how it wants to defend, how it wants to prove something. But instead of giving in, just let it go. Smile. And walk away, like the river flowing past the stones. Because you are free.